Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is just going to be a very impromptu video. As you can see, I just came in from outside. I still have my coat on. I'm gonna keep it on because it's freezing and raining today and I'm so over it, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Usually I really dislike doing non-makeup related videos without a full face of makeup on, if that makes sense. But in this case, since we're dealing with perishables, like food items mainly, I thought, you know what, just get over yourself, Ren. The only one who is bothered by your lack of makeup is you. And, you know, at the end of the day, I think that these items are something that the people want to see. So just give people what they want, right? I'm going to show you some things that I picked up from Starbucks. If you don't live in Japan or you're not aware, around this time of year is usually when they start releasing all of their limited edition Sakura themed items. So this is in the form of mugs, tumblers, and even down to the menu items themselves. And of course they also have the special Sakura decorated paper bags here. So that's pretty awesome. And I actually like to collect these so that I can reuse them in the future. Or sell them on Mercari, because believe it or not, people will pay money for these. They are limited edition and they're so pretty. They're like pink and flowers all over them. Yeah, people will actually pay not a ton of money, but you know, let's say you collect a bundle of 10 of these bags that are in solid condition. You could get like 10 bucks for that on Mercari, sure, no problem. I actually wasn't even planning on purchasing anything aside from food from this year's Sakura collection, but I realized that there's a pattern in my life. It seems that I say this to myself every year and somehow I still end up spending like $100. But anyway, the one item that sort of changed my mind and kind of prompted me to indulge in my consumerist tendencies. This right here, this is a snow globe and mini mug duo set thing. I've never seen this type of item released before during Sakura season. Actually, I take that back. They might have done it in the past. I would have no way of knowing, and I don't feel like looking up the history of what's been released over the years. But this is definitely unique to me. The fact that there's a removable snow globe on top. And then on the inside there's a little Starbucks cup with the Sakura motif. Very novel and a very good gift or souvenir for anyone in your life. I haven't decided whether or not I want to keep this for myself or give it to my mom. I'll probably keep it, to be honest with you, just because I do think it's really cute and unique. This was very pricey. It was about 4,000 yen. Now obviously that's because you kind of get two items in one with this, a snow globe and a mug. But even for Starbucks, I have to say that they were pretty bold in their pricing on this item, but nevertheless I bought it. And then the second item that I got from their goods department was this Sakura themed mug. At first I didn't want to get this because it seemed like a little too basic for me. I have two other Sakura mugs from previous years that they're in my kitchen right now, but I'll go fetch them right after I finish talking about this. I will tell you what I really love about this mug, the fact that it is like a little shorter and wider than most mugs. Actually, let me go get the one that I bought from years back. Okay, so the very first Sakura Starbucks mug that I've ever purchased was from their 2014 collection. This was back when I used to work at a Japanese company. There's like dust on it because I haven't washed it in a million years. I'm kind of embarrassed to show this to you, but that's one of the reasons, honestly, why I've decided to bite the bullet and purchase a new mug, because these old ones have been in storage for a while now and I don't know, I mean, like, obviously when I wash them I'm going to soak them thoroughly in like the strongest cleaning solution that I can find, but there's just like, I don't know, it's reached that point where it's kind of like grimy and sticky to the point of I'm doubting whether or not I will be able to get every single iota of dirt and grime off of here. But back to what I was saying, so this is the 2014 design, or one of the designs for 2014. Now I will tell you that to date this is my favorite Starbucks Sakura mug design, hands down. Still to this day, I think it's like the most unique but futuristic looking Sakura design that they've ever come up with. As you can see, the flower design is pixelated at the top here, so it's really kind of like that old school, you know, computer game-y vibe. And then down here too, they have little raised portions of pixels, which is also a nice little added touch. The problem with these kind of mugs though is that I am just not a fan of cleaning like these long, tall, cylindrical type of cups, because I find that it's just really hard to get your hand in there. Even though you're using like detergent and a sponge and everything, I just have this like psychological hang up about, oh, but what if I'm not getting every single crevice in there, you know, because it's just so long and thin, it's kind of hard to maneuver around there. Although my hand does fit in here, for the record. Call me finicky, but that's just like one of the reasons why I tend to really shy away from these type of traditional sized mugs, I guess. So taking that personal quirk of mine into consideration, the year after that I purchased this mug, which is like more similar to the one that I just got for Starbucks 2020. I like this one obviously because it's a lot wider. This design is also pretty cute and simple, I think, albeit not as nice as the pixelated one. This is definitely hands down my favorite Starbucks Sakura design of all time though. I'm so happy that I happened across it during my early years working in Japan. But I was a fan of this one too. It also has the raised detail with the Sakura leaves throughout the blank space here. But yeah, I liked this one a lot better in terms of functionality because I feel like it's just much easier and more straightforward to clean, and it also doubles as like a soup bowl because I'm really into soup. This one unfortunately has also been sitting in the dust and the grime for several years now, so yeah. Moral of the story today, if you take nothing else away from this video, basically I need to wash my dishes. Like, Ren needs to do her dishes, basically, is the moral of the story. But back to this mug, I really like the shape, and if you notice that there's a subtle little wave design, I really like the fact that it is a wider, shorter mug, so I can use it for both drinks and soup and even like ice cream and other stuff, you know. It's multi-purpose in that sense. At first, I have to tell you, I was not too bothered by this design. I just thought it was very basic and a little bit too... You know what I didn't like about it? I didn't like the fact that it doesn't have as much contrast as I'm used to, or like the type of design that I prefer. So for example, these mugs, you can see the clear contrast between the white and the pink. I just always found that those really simplistic, contrasty designs to be really pleasing to the eye. Actually, it kind of matches like my vibe today with the pink nails and the white coat. But yeah, I just thought that this one was a little too muted and boring. It's just too beigey pink overall. The flower design is very nice. They look like, they're like multicolored, watercolor-esque, almost like a painting. I think, you know, there was definitely a lot of thought and care put into producing these, but just in terms of the color usage and lack of contrast here, I didn't like how it just looked like one big beige pink blob from afar. It didn't feel super special to me. But then I looked closer, and I think you can really see it clearly now in the camera because of my ring light reflecting off of it. But it has this kind of like silverish iridescent glaze applied all over the ceramic, and I didn't realize that the first time that I saw it because I was in like the first store that I went to. The lighting is pretty dark in that Starbucks, so I think that's the reason why I didn't initially catch the iridescent finish of this mug. It just looked like a basic pink mug to me. But this time I went to a different store that's actually connected to my station, and I picked it up and I was like, whoa, that's actually kind of cool. So it's like subtle, but it still has this little aurora iridescent detailing to it. So we're not going to turn this into a mukbang, but I just wanted to go ahead and show you the Sakura milk latte. It's actually my first and only Sakura latte that I've purchased in a long time. Truth be told, I don't really like the Sakura flavor. Ooh, okay, so this is what it looks like. I don't know if you can see. I don't want to tip it any further and spill it, but as you can see, they put a lot of like herbs and stuff in there. I think there's like cranberry and strawberry sauce flavoring in here as well. They put sakura petals in here. There's like little soft particles. I'm guessing that's what that is. I am not the hugest fan of sakura flavor, to be honest with you. I remember one year my coworker brought in sakura tea leaves for us all to try during break, and we were kind of like obligated to drink it because to be polite to her. But I just remember me personally not liking the flavor at all. God, I'm so bad at describing flavors and smells and things like that. But it's kind of, well, first of all, sakura or not, at the end of the day, you're talking about a flower petal, so it pretty much tastes like what you would expect a flower petal to taste like, if you've had that experience before. So it's not like a completely straightforward sweet type of taste. It's more like, I think the fragrance is a big attractor to most people, but flavor wise I just felt like it was this really weird like non-intuitive, not particularly pleasant mix of sweetness and a little bit of saltiness, but not in like the pleasant sense of salty sweet, you know, like chocolate covered pretzels or something. It wasn't like that. It was more like what your bile would taste like in the aftertaste of vomit. I don't really know how else to explain it, but that's just like my first impressions of Sakura flavors. So I've never really been a huge fan, but I am a baby hype beast, which is why I'm drinking this today. And then I also got a slice of their Sakura chiffon cake, which I'm not gonna eat right now because I'm not super hungry at the moment, but this is what it looks like. And there's a nice little Sakura petal accent at the top. And then they also have a Sakura flavored donut, which is just like a regular donut except with Sakura cream laid on top. I'm not going to be purchasing that just because I'm in a happy long-term committed relationship with the Starbucks original glazed sugar donut. That's pretty much my go-to when it comes to any type of pastries from Starbucks. So I got my little Sakura chiffon cake side piece here and I'm happy enough with that. I hope you enjoyed this Sakura edition of strawberryloli hauls and mukbangs, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!